Are you ready to face a chilling truth? In the mind of a narcissist, you are not a person, you are prey, a lost lamb wandering deep in the forest, where they are the starving wolf, watching your every move. This is not a love story. This is not some light-hearted weekend movie for you to unwind with. No, this is a battle for survival in the shadows, where they hold you tight with invisible chains you don't even realize are there. Imagine standing before a cold iron door. Behind it lies their mind, a prison filled with the roars of beasts, shattered mirrors reflecting 100 fake faces, and the relentless whispers echoing through the darkness. You belong to me. They watch you with hungry eyes, their smirk a silent warning, but you don't run, because you haven't yet grasped just how dangerous this game is. Today, I'm taking you through that door, not to scare you, but to show you the monster you're up against. You will uncover the twisted thoughts they have about you, the way they pull you into their mad power play, and why they will never truly let you go, even when you think it's over. This is a descent into psychological hell, but don't worry. I'll be the light guiding you out. With every passing minute, you'll feel your heart race, because the secrets I'm about to reveal won't just shock you, they'll change the way you see every relationship in your life. Have you ever wondered why they keep coming back? Why they refuse to leave you alone? The answer lies in the darkness of their mind, and today, we're tearing it open. Brace yourself, this is not a journey for the faint of heart. We start now. 1. The false self is the mask they never take off. Imagine a narcissist as a monster in human disguise, not the kind that growls in horror movies, the kind you can run away from. No, this monster is far more cunning, far more dangerous, a creature that wears dozens of masks, dancing on the grand stage of life like a deranged puppet, while the twisted hands pulling the strings are none other than their own fractured ego. Who are they? They don't know, and that is the root of this nightmare. Since childhood they were thrown into a brutal arena, one where love was not a gift but a prize, only awarded if they bowed down and played the role written for them. Abandoned, rejected, they stood in the ashes of their true self and made a decision. If I can't be me, then I will become whatever they want. They tore their real identity apart, cast it into the shadows, and began constructing a false self. An impenetrable fortress, a dazzling suit of armor meant to hide the festering wounds underneath. But this false self is not just a mask, it's a living beast, a predator that screams for constant feeding. They cannot afford to face their real emotions, because emotions are a blade, one that would slice through their armor and expose the weakness they despise. Have you ever looked into someone's eyes and seen nothing but a cold, hollow void, as if their soul had long since abandoned them, leaving behind a flawless machine that can laugh, speak, and charm, but can never love? That is, them phantoms wearing human skin. Picture Jake, the guy every girl in town secretly crushes on. He walks into a bar like a king, his jokes making the crowd erupt with laughter, but when the lights go out, he goes home, locks the door, and sits alone in the dark, his hands trembling as he clutches his phone, texting anyone who might throw him a single compliment. Jake is not fiction. He is the living nightmare you have met, perhaps your ex, your co-worker, or even a family member. But if they don't even know who they are, why do they cling to you as if you were their last breath? Open your eyes wide, because the curtain is about to rise, and what you see next will make your blood run cold. 2. You are the fuel they need to survive every day. Now, face this brutal truth. To a narcissist, you are not a person with a beating heart and burning dreams. You are a resource, a living goldmine they ceaselessly extract from, a gas station in the middle of the desert where they refuel their decaying ego. This is not love. This is not friendship. This is a cold-blooded transaction, and you are the most coveted commodity. They call you supply. Doesn't that sound like something straight out of hell? But that's exactly how they see you, how they categorize you in their predatory playbook. If you're kind, a patient listener, endlessly forgiving and compassionate like an angel, congratulations, you've just become the perfect prey. You are the primary supply, the one they latch onto like a starving leech, draining every drop of your life force to feed their sense of superiority, power, and survival. But don't fool yourself into thinking you're the only one in their world. Oh no. They have a secondary supply, a string of backup options they toy with while keeping you on the hook. That friend they text at midnight for a little ego boost, the co-worker they flatter just to fish for compliments, the ex they call just to see if they still hold power over them. These quick fixes are like a fleeting breeze, just enough to keep them afloat when you're not around to serve as their main course. Picture Lisa, a woman with a heart wide open, always believing in the good in people. She meets Mark, a guy with a killer smile and sugar-coated promises. He kneels down, hands her a bouquet of deep red roses and whispers that she is his whole world. But then, like a wolf shedding its sheep's disguise, Mark changes. He vanishes for weeks at a time, only reappearing when he needs Lisa by his side to show off to his friends, proving that he is still the winner. Lisa is not a girlfriend. She is a trophy, a medal Mark wears to validate his own worth. They don't love you. They love what you give them. Attention is their oxygen, kindness is their lifeblood, and your patience is the backbone that keeps them standing. But do you think they'll chase you forever? Don't be naive. This is the moment the beast bares its fangs, and you're about to see what happens when the prey loses its value. Three, they get bored of you and use silence to turn you into the enemy. Imagine being a priceless gem in the hands of a narcissist. Shimmering, flawless, a treasure they would trade the world to possess. They turn their charm to the highest setting. Sweet words flow like a never-ending stream, their touch is warm like spring sunshine, and their gaze makes you believe you are the only person in their universe. You think this is eternal love, a fairy tale even Hollywood would envy. But then, like a sudden storm tearing through a peaceful summer sky, everything collapses. They have won you. The chase is over, the game is finished, and to them you are no longer a treasure. You are an old trinket collecting dust on a forgotten shelf, a statue they no longer bother to polish. They are bored of you. And this is where the real nightmare begins, as if a monster has just broken free from its cage. They drop the act. The sweet words turn into cold, punishing silence, stretching for weeks, even months, an invisible blade cutting straight into your heart. The warm embraces that once melted you, replaced by explosive outbursts of rage if you dare to ask what's wrong. The narcissist uses the silent treatment like a chain, binding you inside an invisible cage where you are both abandoned and controlled at the same time. Have you ever begged someone not to leave you? Someone who once swore they never would. That is their weapon, and they wield it with masterful precision. Now, let's go back to Lisa and Mark. After the intoxicating early days, Mark suddenly transforms into a distant stranger. He stops calling, stops texting, unless, of course, he needs Lisa by his side to make himself look good in front of others. When Lisa finally corners him, demanding to know why he changed, Mark growls like a wounded animal. "You're too needy. You don't appreciate everything I've done for you." Lisa stands there, tears streaming down her face, unable to understand when she became prey to a predator. They don't care about your heart. You are a transaction, a resource they drain until you are empty and discarded. They assume you belong to them forever, like a loyal dog that never leaves its master, no matter how much abuse it suffers. But you are not their puppet, and soon the moment will come, the moment you rip off their chains and rise from the ashes. Four. They are an emotional black hole and dump their pain onto you. Now, imagine putting on a pair of X-ray glasses that allow you to see straight into a narcissist's mind. What do you expect to find? a glorious throne where they sit like a king, an arena where they stand victorious, basking in the cheers of a crowd. Wrong. What you see is a black hole, a dark, chaotic abyss where all light is swallowed, where the screams of unprocessed pain echo endlessly. They are not invincible. They are not confident conquerors. They are prisoners, zombies, trapped inside their own psychological hell. Do they feel emotions? Oh yes, they feel them like knives plunging deep into their flesh. Pain hits them like a tsunami, anxiety burns like a wildfire, and depression is the endless darkness that devours every last shred of hope. But here's the tragedy: they cannot heal. They don't know how to sit with their emotions, breathe, and soothe the monster inside. Instead, they throw those flames at you. They sink their emotional fangs into your soul, draining every ounce of your energy just to keep their black hole from collapsing. They believe you belong to them forever, a delusion rooted in childhood wounds. They grew up in a world where love was a battlefield, where attachment was a win-or-lose game, and they lost before they even had a chance to play. That's why they can never truly love you. That's why they can never walk away without leaving a path of destruction behind them. Have you ever watched them turn on a friend, smear their own family, or betray someone who trusted them? That's because they don't know how to form real connections. Every relationship they have is a thin sheet of ice, ready to shatter under the weight of the truth. Think about Jake again, the town's golden boy, now sitting alone in his rundown apartment, scrolling through hundreds of messages, calling anyone who will offer a shred of comfort. But when the phone goes silent, he is left alone with his black hole. An emptiness that no one, not even you, can fill. That is their nightmare. And if you're not careful, they will pull you into that abyss with them. But this is not your burden to carry. They are the prisoners, not you. You are the light they can never have. And now it's time for you to use that light to shatter their chains forever. Five. You are the puppet they control in their power game. Now, brace yourself for a bone-chilling truth. One that reveals what a narcissist really thinks of you deep within their twisted mind. Who do you think they see when they look at you? A beloved partner? A soul to cherish? Don't deceive yourself. In their eyes, you are not a person. You are a puppet, hanging from invisible strings. You are a supporting character in their never-ending theatrical production, one they have written, directed, and starred in, where they alone own the spotlight. When they look at you, they don't see your beating heart, your dreams, your radiant soul. No, they see a mirror, a warped, distorted reflection designed to show them only what they want to see about themselves. You don't exist as an individual, you are a tool, a projector screen, magnifying their fragile ego onto the grand stage of life. Every compliment you give, every sacrifice you make, every moment you bend to their will, it is fuel for their self-importance, the applause they crave in the empty theater of their soul. But here's the terrifying twist. They don't just see you as a mirror, they also see you as a threat. In their mind, you are the one person capable of shattering the illusion. You are the one who could rip the curtain down and expose the monster behind it. They think, if they figure out the truth, if they see that my false self is a lie, if they dare to leave me, then I will collapse. And so they keep you close, not because of love, but because of fear. The fear that if you walk away, they will have to face the black void they have been running from their entire life. Now imagine Emily, a woman whose smile shines like the sun, who steps into the life of David, a man with confidence so sharp it cuts like a blade. At first, David worships her, hangs on to her every word, but his gaze is not filled with love, it is filled with calculation, like a predator assessing its prey. When Emily starts asking questions, when she demands honesty, David panics. He growls, "Who do you think you are to question me?" Because in his mind, Emily is not his partner. She is a mirror starting to crack, a puppet daring to cut its strings, and he will do anything to force her back into her role. They believe you belong to them forever, a lifeless object that will never leave the shelf, a loyal dog that will crawl back no matter how many times they kick it. But at the same time, they fear you. Fear that one day you will see through the mask. Fear that you will rise and walk out of their stage. That is why they manipulate you, weaving honeyed lies between silent betrayals, ensuring you stay trapped in the role they wrote for you, a submissive follower, a never-ending supply. Have you ever noticed their eyes change, from fake warmth to icy rage, the moment you dare to say no? That is the moment the mirror shatters. That is the moment they realize you are not the perfect puppet they imagined. In their mind, you are a paradox, both savior and enemy, lifeline and threat. They need you to survive, but they will destroy you if you challenge their script. But here's the truth you must remember. Their thoughts about you are not reality. They see you as a mirror, a puppet, a threat. But you are none of these things. You are the wind they can never capture. You are the fire they can never extinguish. They think they own you, but today you will prove them wrong. So wrong, in fact, that they will never forget it. 6. You are the piece they don't dare to remove from the board. Get ready to dive deeper into the darkness, where a narcissist's true thoughts about you are not just a performance but a life or death game. They clutch the pieces tightly, and you are the last card in their hand. Do you think they see you as a companion, a cherished soul? Wrong. In their twisted mind, you are nothing more than a chess piece, a pawn pushed forward to protect the king, their fragile ego. This isn't child's play. This is a battlefield, and they won't stop until you are completely defeated. What do they see when they look at you? Not your smile, not your voice. They see a strategic tool, a living piece they can manipulate to win. You are their shield against their greatest fear, being exposed, being forgotten, being abandoned in the ruins of their own creation. Every time you stay, every time you forgive, every time you endure, it's a calculated move to keep you under their control, ensuring this game never ends in their loss. But here's what should make your blood run cold. They don't just see you as a piece. They see you as a hidden threat, a ticking time bomb that could explode at any moment. In their mind, you are a potential danger, someone who knows too much, someone who could flip the board and destroy the entire illusion they've built. They whisper to themselves, if they leave, if they betray me, if they dare to question me, then I lose everything. So they keep you close, not because they need you, but because they cannot afford to let you go. Freedom for you means collapse for them. Imagine Ryan, a man with a flawless appearance and unshakable confidence. He stormed into Sarah's life like a whirlwind, promising her a dazzling future, making her believe she was the most important person in his world. But then, when Sarah started demanding honesty, when she questioned the web of lies, Ryan snapped. He roared, "You think you have the right to judge me? You are nothing without me." In Ryan's mind, Sarah was never his lover. She was the chess piece he needed to keep the game going, the one who could destroy him if she dared to leave the board. They think you are part of a predetermined game, a pawn they can sacrifice when necessary, but also a queen they cannot afford to lose. They believe you will stand there forever, bowing to their every move, accepting every dirty play they throw your way, from sweet-talking deceptions to brutal backstabs. But at the same time, they tremble at the thought that you could rise, flip the board, and walk away from their deadly game. That's why they manipulate you relentlessly. They need you to believe you can never win, that you were born to lose in their rigged game. Have you ever caught them looking at you with a mix of admiration and suspicion, as if you were a double-edged sword, capable of both saving and destroying them? That's because in their mind, you are everything and nothing. You are the piece they control, but also the nightmare they cannot erase. They think, they belong to me, but if they wake up, I am doomed. They need you to keep the game alive, but they won't hesitate to burn the entire board if you ever dare to challenge their rule. But here is the truth you must grip with both hands. Their thoughts about you do not define you. They are the chains they have shackled to their own neck. They see you as a pawn, a threat, a tool, but you are none of those things. You are the storm they cannot control, the fire they cannot extinguish, the roar they cannot silence. They think they are the king in this game, but today you will show them they are nothing but a pathetic loser, defeated by a power they will never understand. 7. You are the ghost they need to survive, yet fear to face. This is the final act of the journey, the moment we shatter the last wall in a narcissist's mind and confront their deepest, darkest thoughts about you. Do you think they see you as part of their life, someone they love or cherish in any meaningful way? Wake up. Inside the darkest chamber of their soul, you are not you. You are the ghost in the dark mirror, a reflection they both crave and despise, an illusion they created to escape themselves, but also a brutal reminder that they can never outrun the emptiness within. When they look at you, what do they see? Not a living, breathing person with dreams and pain. They see a ghost, a lingering spirit they have summoned from the shadows to fill the void inside them. You are the embodiment of everything they cannot have. Authenticity, freedom, strength, that they can only pretend to possess. In their mind, you are a dark mirror, not reflecting the grandiose self they flaunt, but exposing the truth. Weak, broken, hollow. They think, if I keep them close, I can pretend that I am them, strong, alive, worthy. You are the dream they dare not dream, but also the nightmare they cannot erase. But here's the final blow that should send chills down your spine. They don't just see you as a ghost to cling to. They see you as their ultimate judge, the one who holds the scales of justice and can bring their entire false existence crashing down. In their distorted reality, you are the keeper of the dark mirror, the one who could force them to confront the truth they have been running from their entire life, that without you they are nothing, that the self they built is nothing more than a sandcastle before the tidal wave of truth. They fear you more than anything, fear that one day you will turn around, hold up the mirror, and destroy them with your light. Imagine Anna, a woman with an open heart, stepping into the world of Michael, a man who lived in the glow of his self-made illusion. Michael pulled her in, turned her into the source of light he flaunted to the world. But when Anna started asking questions, when she refused to be his obedient ghost, Michael panicked. He screamed, "You can't leave me, you need me to survive." But in his mind, what he truly thought was, if she leaves, she takes the mirror with her, and I will have to see what I really am, a failure. To Michael, Anna was never his love. She was the ghost he both needed and feared, the one who could destroy him simply by stepping out of his shadow. They think you are an eternal ghost, an image they can summon at will to soothe their pain, but also a curse they can never escape. They believe you will always be there, silently standing in the corner, reflecting only what they wish to see, but never daring to look deeper, because if they did, they would see the truth, that you do not belong to them, that you are the light they can never possess. They need you to survive, but they despise you because your very existence is a living testament to their failure. Have you ever felt them look at you as if you were both their salvation and the blade at their throat? That's because in their mind you are both the ghost they summon to save them from the abyss, but also the divine force they fear will punish them for their own sins. They think they are mine, but if they awaken, I will disappear. They will do anything, sweet lies, venomous strikes, to keep you in the role of the ghost, to stop you from holding up the mirror and shining the light of truth. But here is the finishing move you need to grasp. Their thoughts about you are not fate, they are the curse they have written for themselves. They see you as a ghost, a judge, a dark mirror, but you are none of those things. You are the wind they cannot cage, the fire they cannot extinguish, the light they cannot steal. They think they own you, but today you will show them they are nothing but fading phantoms, disappearing before the true power that is you. You have just stepped through the iron gates into the mind of a narcissist, a journey through darkness where you've seen the masks fall, the traps laid, the emotional black holes devouring everything, and the twisted thoughts they have about you. You've witnessed how they turned you into their supply, a distorted mirror, a puppet in their play, a pawn in their game, and finally, a ghost in their dark reflection. You have felt the nightmare when they grew bored of you, when they locked you in a cage of silence and manipulation. But most importantly, you have seen the truth. They are not the victors. They are lost souls, and you do not have to be lost with them. Rise up now and turn your kindness into a blazing sword, not fuel for their broken machine, not a dark mirror or ghost for their illusion. Go no contact. Shatter the chains, flip the board, break the dark mirror, and hear them scream as they realize the game has collapsed. If you must face them because of children, assets, or any unbreakable ties of fate, build an iron wall around your heart. They are no longer allowed into your sacred space. Not now, not ever. You are not their supply, not their puppet, not their pawn, not their ghost. You are an eternal flame. Your compassion is your strength. Your patience is an unshakable mountain, and your love is an ocean they will never comprehend. Guard it with your life, for it is the treasure they crave but will never be worthy of. A narcissist may believe they own you forever, but today you have shattered that illusion with your own two hands. I want to hear your voice. Leave a comment and tell me about the wolf in sheep's clothing in your life, about the ghosts they tried to force you to become. Don't keep it in the dark. Bring it into the light with us. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications if you're ready to continue this journey into the hidden depths of the human psyche, because this is just the beginning. You have survived the storm, and now you stand at the mountaintop, your fire burning brighter than ever. This is your new chapter. Live boldly, live truthfully, and never let anyone dim your light. See you next time, warrior.